Hello, guys. What's up, everybody? How's it going?
Hi. I'm trying to set up some FaceTime for Oscar, but he doesn't have FaceTime, he said now.
Yeah, so you got to do Zoom or something
This guy's
else.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's all good. No, I can't tell you guys, in the last stream, I was like, I'll set up a streaming platform across all sites. Well, I was frantically trying to figure that out for the past 2 hours because it's still been a hectic time over here in Cyco City headquarters, and I couldn't figure it out. And I saw you guys had already joined. I didn't know how to join the two streams. It's like streams crossing or something. I don't know what guys do, but it's a thing.
What? It's crossing the stream? What?
Yeah.
I just missed?
Guys are like, don't cross my stream or something. I don't know.
Okay.
What? I don't know what that is, but I know it's something.
So Oscar doesn't have FaceTime.
Or Zoom?
What do? I tell him to set up his own Zoom?
Yeah, say set up a Zoom, invite us, and we'll see if we can get him at least on the phone.
We'll have to maybe set up a Zoom and invite.
Don't cross the streams. Yeah, see, that's a thing. So, can you post another link on Insta or something? I just posted on the Instagram stories so that people could swipe up and join us here. So I think, this has worked really well the last few times doing it via YouTube. I feel like we still have a good community, and YouTube's like a general place that a lot of people, pretty much all like to use, I think. But I just keep wondering if we can potentially
Inception!
Wondering if we can. I opened up the other stream in the other window. Sorry, guys. I was just trying to figure out how to share it again right now on all the other platforms. It's just always a challenge to do. When I asked Matt, he's like, what? What do I do? Take the link.
What's going on? I keep missing it.
I'm
trying to deal with Oscar.
Take the link. Oh my God, I did my eyeshadow so fast too. I feel like I got glitter on my eye. I was trying to look a little more fancy for the release party. I honestly can't see, guys. The last few hours since I've been staring at a screen and I haven't had much sleep, my eyes feel like they're I can't see. Ugh. They're so puffy and I can't
Hi everyone.
Focus on any screen. So you're gonna have to be the screen reader today because my eyes. I've never needed glasses, but I feel like I'm gonna have to get glasses after this week.
It is true. We had all that. Not well, yeah. It's been tight. We've been tired and swamped a bit here, but I feel like it's.
Oh, thanks, guys. They're you look great. Well, first of all, thank you guys so much for all the congratulations, all the posts.
Has everybody listened to the record?
Has everybody had a chance to listen to the record? Because we're going to listen to it today regardless, whether you've listened to it or not. Hi from Norway. Great. Michelle. I remember packing your order. I hope it all reaches everyone okay.
Canadians don't drink too much. What are you talking about?
We haven't had any alcohol yet, just so you guys know. We're planning on it, but we haven't. That's the first couple sips of Matt's beer. I have 3 drinks going. I have a coffee to keep me awake. I got water for hydration, and I've got Moscow Mule here for the party. So I'm trying to balance it all out.
We talked about doing something really odd, like a 24-hour listening party where we were just going to go online for 24 hours straight and just play the record 24 hours and see how long we could last. And then we decided not to.
Yeah. Listen to it today. Thanks, Court. Thanks to everybody who listened to it. I hope you guys like it. I hope that it lives up to all the expectations that you guys have had. I know it's been so long, and I'll say it again, but why don't we turn it on, Maddie? Can we hit play?
Just now, you just put it on.
Yeah, we'll put it on, and then we'll pause in between songs, and we'll talk a little bit about each song.
Every single song?
Yeah, but we don't need to completely not talk in between. We just can listen for a little bit and then talk. Listen, talk, listen, talk.
Don't you feel like maybe we should get the ball moving? Okay.
It'll just be on in the background.
That's true.
Thank you to whoever that was that made a purchase today on my store. We're still not completely up to date with all of the orders. I have yesterday's. If you ordered yesterday, I still have to fulfill you.
How loud should I play it?
Not that loud, I think. Wait, you guys tell me when it's a good volume. No. That's too, you can't keep changing it that fast. Leave it right a little higher. A little higher. Right there. Right there. Leave. Move away from the machine. Okay, because the lag happens with
That
the
feels
live.
loud though, doesn't it?
You guys tell me, can you hear okay? Can you hear us and the song? Anna says it's perfect. Okay, I'm gonna give, because you guys are lagged a little bit behind, so I just want to. Louder. How's that? Okay, a little louder. Well, it's going through our computer speaker, so it's not going to sound good quality, guys. Yeah, the mic will distort it regardless. So it's more about talking to you guys about the music while we're kind of reflecting on what it means to us. Okay, that's good. Matt feels like that's a good. There we go.
Whoa.
Woo!
This
Matt's
is what
already
happens when you
tired.
get unplanned stuff.
Whew. Honestly, guys, I would have loved to plan more, but I am so busy. Like, you guys have no idea how busy we are. Oh, but we love you, so we're going to make it here.
Just before this, which I guess, I don't know, we didn't forget about it, but Sky had an interview. And it was like a 2-hour interview. It was a really long interview. And it was with somebody in, where were they?
Belgium and Switzerland.
And so there was this like translation thing going on. So it was like a really long interview. This is what Sky's been doing a lot of it.
We have tried streaming through OBS, but I couldn't figure out how to set it up this morning. I was trying and it wouldn't, I don't know. I'm not going to go into it, but we tried. I tried some things. I will learn more about it, but we've just been so busy that because my interview went over and then I had to get ready and then I had to get all this promo out today. It's just been like boom, boom, boom. No time. So next time, I swear, I'll spend more time. I'll get a more organized situation. And yes, I had a good birthday yesterday. Thanks to all of you guys that joined me on the live stream yesterday. That was awesome. And some of you are probably back today. So cheers for joining us. I'm going to finish my coffee and then I'm moving on to water. Then I'm moving on to
And cheers to everybody that helped buy the record because today we woke up with some, like, seeing that, we were on some of the charts for once. That was kind of interesting.
That was awesome.
Neat. So I'm not going to make too much of a deal out of it, but it was really nice to see that enough people are supporting that we actually got our name up there with some big bands. That's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, we're on to track 2. This is Bystander, guys, which you know very well as our first single off of Napalm.
Sorry, Oscar's just messaging me.
Yeah. Chozy's doing well too, but he's working like nonstop these days.
He doesn't really like to be online. He likes kind of being out of the picture a bit. We love him. We're always like, dude, blah, blah, blah. And he's like always there when we need him. But because of lockdown, we don't see him a lot. And he's just, I hope he knows that we're doing okay. Like if he's checked online, it'd be nice that he knew that we opened
I don't think he's like posted a lot lately, like on social media. He's just kind of a little in his own world, which is okay. That's why we're here. Thank you guys so much for pre-ordering. Like Matt said, we actually made the iTunes charts, which is awesome. And in different countries, we're ranked differently. But thank you guys so much for buying and purchasing the music. And if you have a spare second, a review is also really helpful on the iTunes.
Did you have trouble saying that while you're singing, basically?
I think some of the tracks get picked up by gaming companies. Yeah, that would be cool. I haven't seen your post on Instagram yet, Steven. I've been a little busy. I haven't surfed Instagram today. I've just been frantically posting.
#1 in Canada, baby. Yeah, it was. I doubt it is now. If we looked now, I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, Gojira came out at the same time as us. So, I don't expect us to sit there, but it's cool that our little band got up there today when we first launched. So that means a lot of people were still in. I'd be surprised. I'm not going to dwell and start looking at the charts right now, but if you want to support, just feel free to order that record if you haven't done it already.
It does help when you guys review it, when you guys buy singles and albums on iTunes. That helps the ranking.
Yeah, it's nice. It's good that it's out.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's crazy because I think we give Canada not as much props as we should because we haven't toured as much in our country. But there's still so much hometown support and a lot of people that do support us here in Canada. So if you're Canadian out there,
UK, I saw us. The UK had us at #1 in the metal scene iTunes as well, so that was awesome. And we were doing okay in #4. I think we were opened up in America. So that's
in America on the metal charts. Really cool. Yeah, we were #4. And if you guys live any other territories that has its own iTunes chart,
let us know.
Yeah, like comment, check out iTunes in the albums category for metal, and let us know if Initiation made the cut.
My neck hurts. There's also good,
Joe the Scorpion is asking, do you use Marshalls and boogies?
I use mostly boogie. Everything's boogie when I'm live. I do have a Marshall cab that I love to record with, and I use Positive Grid bias effects a lot right now when I'm recording. Live, it's boogie. Massive Boogie is the head that I use big time. I love it.
Okay, so Matt, after this song, we're gonna pause it and we're gonna talk Bystander.
Okay. Anyone else been rocking out since midnight? All right, some of you guys got this a lot earlier than others. That's cool.
Oh, it's up to number 6 in the rock category in the US.
No,
that's what
shut the door.
Nate says that.
Come on.
Believe Nate, I think.
Oh, that means we moved up a bit. Awesome. Thank you. That's so crazy. That's pretty cool.
Okay, pause it.
Oh man, I gotta get up and go over here.
So, what about lives in Europe? Any tour plans will be announced when we have them. Right now, we're still trying to figure out how our rules in Canada work with traveling outside of our country, but we are working on it, and we'll let you guys know as soon as we can.
We really want to tour.
Yeah, we really miss it. And we miss you guys, like, hanging out with people.
Sometimes I get one of those memories, the memories on Facebook, and it's like, it comes up and it shows me like the show that we played like the year before around the same time. And then I'm like, oh, that was so fun. And then my excitement turns to tears. Seriously.
I know, it's sad.
I'm living.
So, don't drop your phone. Like, Matt has had an issue the last couple streams with his phone, apparently. You guys were there last time.
I feel I'm off kilter a bit. I'm not usually, but
it hasn't been a day off, so there's no like recovery time.
And then you add alcohol into it. Things start going crazy.
It's true. So I wanted to give you guys, since we are on release day, why don't we do a little bit of rundown about what each song means and what kind of inspired the music, and even talk about the videos a little bit. I know we have gone through a lot of this stuff in like our behind the scenes, but I think it's kind of cool to talk about how Bystander came about. And I said this in one of our interviews together. Stop yawning.
Well, I'm just getting over it. I'm getting my second wind is what's happening.
Is when I write songs, normally I'm singing along to an instrumental that Matt created. And I'm just kind of singing like random words. Like
this is the original drought.
Drought? You mean draft?
Yeah. Drought. The original track.
So then I'm singing along and I'm like, I always use like na-nas or ooh-oohs or the word fire are like my go-tos when I'm creating a song. So I'll be like, fire, na-na-na-na. Like I'll just do that in my head, right? Like trying to come up with the melody. And then Matt overhears me while I'm doing this. And he's like, oh, that's good. Like, ooh, na, na. And I'm like, yeah, that's good. And then I was like, ooh, na, 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 bystander, ba-da-ba-da-da. And you're like, okay, we got to say bystander there. And then it kind of grew.
But I was like, you got to pivot on the lyrics. And
the riff that is the verse riff used to be the outro riff. So Matt only had it in the outro of the song. And I was like, oh, no. That riff is too good. Let's move that as a verse. I could spit a verse over that riff. And then that's how Bystander came to be. I think that's what I remember from it. What do you remember?
I trust you most of the time.
And yeah, so then I was like, okay, that riff, like I could picture doing something crazy over that. And then we moved that to the verses. And then Bystander was born. And I really, at that point that I was writing about lyrics, I was obviously feeling shitty because of COVID and feeling like I was just watching like news play, which is a reoccurring theme, obviously, in the record a little bit with bad news as well. But
lots of news. Lots of news in the house.
I am a big news junkie,
man.
and like I like to know what's going on in the world.
You know what's crazy is Sky did this whole, like, obviously the presidential election was going on, so she followed everything, which I was down with. I'm interested in all that stuff as well, but she like was on it. Bah, 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 every day, daily. And then when it was all over and, you know, kind of started to slow down a bit just a couple months ago, I saw her ease out of it, and I was like, oh. And then she found on Crave some show that documented the whole fucking
circus
thing. Yeah. And so she started on that and did it all over again.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy Christ, dude, how many times do I need? I don't need to see a second time the whole year over again. It was ridiculous.
But honestly, like on a serious note, I was really affected by seeing police brutality. I was affected by seeing the politics go so extreme. I was affected by the devastation of hospitals being filled and, care workers being overworked, and all those things made me feel like I was a bystander watching all this. And I was like, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be feeling so helpless. I like to feel empowered that if something is bugging me, I can do something about it. And so to me, the best way to channel is I tried to do my part, do some like a little bit of paintings to donate to some causes, try to educate myself with more of the situations, and also try to write music, which is a way for me to channel best the way that I'm feeling and feel like I'm less of just sitting there and like watching with my mouth open and actually doing something, which is putting my energy and time into a song that to me is my best way of processing these emotions and sharing them and getting out there. So that's what Bystander is about, and viewing the world through a screen, or as I say in the song, we view the world through a telescope. And that's in a bit of talking about how we kind of sometimes see issues through one narrow lens instead of seeing a massive picture of like all the pieces of the puzzle. And then I kind of put that in with the music video.
Christian says, I discovered you guys just recently, just in time for the new album, I guess. Mm-hmm. Bystander was my introduction to Sumo Cyco, and now I listen to all the albums.
That's awesome.
Welcome to the family, Christian.
Thank you so much.
Boom. Did I say that right? It's Christian, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. Spread the word. We appreciate it.
Yeah. So, I mean, and even today, like, it's a real struggle for me to find a balance between living my own, like, individual life and feeling like a citizen of the world and feeling like I want to pay attention to all the issues. And it's so hard because I am a bit of an empath, and it does affect me where if I see something that happens on the news, I'm bummed for like the whole day. And sometimes Matt has to bring me back to the present where I am in the moment, and to try to feel like I can go on with my own life.
I see Anna says shit is still going down in Brazil. You're right. Technically there's shit still going down everywhere in this. So it's kind of, we don't.
India, it's crazy.
It is completely a shame. There's just, we have to try and kind of, I don't know, try to be optimistic and hope for the best, and hope everybody tries to stay safe and deals with this headaches.
Yeah.
And I hope that we don't want to look like we're not paying attention. We are. We're just trying to bring a little light.
I think that's the thing that I had to kind of switch my perception, because I was spending a lot of time witnessing things, but not a lot of time doing. And then I kind of switched to me that I'm like, I need to get to work on this album, because to me, the thing I'm best at is entertaining and putting out music. And although that seemed trivial at the beginning of the pandemic, I realized that connection and feeling less alone and feeling like you have something to look forward to and feeling like you can relate to someone else through music is really powerful and can help people through these times. And so it's the thing I know best. So I thought, why not just do what I do, not lose sight of who I am, and keep rolling. And that's why we decided to put out this record instead of waiting till the pandemic ended, because there was talks of that for a lot of bands, because bands are like, how are we going to promote this if we're not touring? And I was like, we still need to get this music out there. It's important for people to hear now when some of you need it more than in regular times. I think it helps us cope. So I hope you can relate to that, guys. And I hope you are able to take some positivity out of the music and help get through some of the trying times our world is dealing with right now. So all the love. So that's what Bystander is about. And also, if you guys checked out the video, it ends on our record cover. We diving into Cyco City, which is a theme in all of our records. They all depict Cyco City in some way on the cover. And so in this way, I thought initiation, Matt kept saying like, what if we did an album cover, like falling off a cliff, like, or, I think it reminded you of the Midsommar movie or something where they're like initiating each other into the like weird group because they had to do like ridiculous sacrifices and stuff. Yeah. In his mind, he goes to like the most warped thing he can think of. And for me, it was like, okay, let's use the word initiation as kind of like people jumping into our world of Cyco City, as if you're falling through the sky into a portal that lands you in the middle of this crazy world of ours. And initiation is really inviting people into our world and into our community here that we're trying to make as inclusive and fun and honest and real as possible. So
what's my favorite song? I like them all. I kind of helped write them all. So but I love
kind of helped.
I like from I guess when it
he
comes down
fucking
to,
did an awesome job. Okay, hands
it,
together for Matt and all the production.
It's all good, Si. And thank you though. And I still like the old school, like Run with Giants is one of my favorite ones. It always was. And I really like Cyclone right now. I think they're like really fun tunes. But I like it all, obviously.
Yeah.
I go through spurts where I like this one more or that one more.
So
I have tons of new riffs. I have so many new riffs. In fact, Sky was in this stupid interview. No, it was a good interview, but it was this long interview. And I picked up the bass and I just came up with 2 really good riffs that I was like, oh man, these are bangers, like that I can just like boom, boom, put into a track once I have time to actually sit down and do that, which I have not been able to do lately. But we're gonna get there.
Aw. Thanks, McDonut. That was nice. Like kicking you guys in the butt to start your day. That's great. Cyclone was a fire riff, Kat says.
That's cool. Thank you. That's
our old songs are also made by this guy. He makes all the songs. He doesn't give himself enough credit for being the producer and co-writer and writing all the music.
Just got to get it done. That's what we're doing. We're a team here.
Yeah.
Oh, team.
So on to the next one. Track number 3 is Vertigo. So Vertigo was written in Vegas with our buddy Kane. We met him when we flew down to Vegas. We'd never met him before. We talked on the phone once before we flew down. And here it is. And this one was really fun compared to like the songs we wrote in COVID where we're like depressed.
Where it wasn't fun. That's mean. I think I still had fun writing the other songs. Just, you're going to give me some kind of like, what do you call it? Like a
complex?
Complex. I'm going to walk away and be like, so she didn't have any fun writing that record. I mean,
I did have fun. I just mean that like the lyrical content came from a place of like true frustration and like real dark places.
Is that in U.S.?
In U.S.
We're at 4th and Metal still. That's good. Not 6 now. That's okay. Fine. That's what I thought. We were 10 before I thought. That's okay. I'll still take that.
Yeah, we'll still take it. If you guys are still buying the record, there's some of you out there that still haven't bought it. So still, could change. Who knows? So yeah, Vertigo was written. We were in Vegas. We stayed on Fremont Street, which is, as many of you guys know who've been to Vegas, is like the party central. I really enjoyed our time on Fremont instead of the Strip because our hotel, we could just like walk to Fremont, walk up and down every night and just have fun. And then
sorry you're having a shitty day, Jer. Welcome to the party. What a crazy party it is. No, I'm just joking. That's sorry you had a shitty day though.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we wrote the song with Kane and we had the opportunity to be in like this gorgeous studio and vibes were flying and Matt brought in the riff. And that's kind of like where we started. And I had that vertigo melody in my head of like, I had that word and that melody, and that's all we really brought into the session. And then everything from there was like built with Kane. And yeah, it came together so fast. He works so fast. Like when I'm recording vocals, he's recording and editing at the same time. It's insane. Yeah, Fremont Street is pretty fun.
Fremont Street's the best street ever.
Oh, who took the shot to Sky in the Desert? That was this guy.
Yeah, that's me. I'd like to think I have an eye for photography a bit. Like I don't consider myself some full-blown guy, but you know, Sky and I have been shooting videos for years and pictures, and I don't even know shit about the settings half the time, but I definitely know when I see something that I'm like, that's awesome, let's do that. I'd like to think I'm pretty good at that, actually, and yeah. And that was a lot of fun. We spent like the whole day at Red Rocks, and it was gorgeous. It was just driving around and relaxing. It's really interesting.
Yeah, they tell you you're not supposed to like, you know, stop on the streets, obviously, because there's one road and you're going one direction throughout this whole park. But we were like, there's no one there because we were there on like a weekday and it was very dead in the middle of the summer, which is like super hot. So I'm sure Vegas, like locals aren't, you know, going out in the hottest days. But okay, we're into bad news. This is track 4 on Initiation.
Other than Matt, who sings backup. Oscar sings backup as well. Yeah,
on live. On the record, it's all
it's pretty much, yeah, the two of us on the records. Oscar didn't record the vocals on the record. But live, Oscar sings just as much. Yeah.
You guys are the first new music that I bought since 2007.
No way! That's amazing!
Thanks for the support. Thanks for getting out and buying something after all that time.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Aw. So bad.
Miss Oscar, cousin loved him last week. We saw you. Blah. My cousin loved him. Yeah. The album was also very good. Hope to see you turn around. Greetings from Germany. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oscar enjoyed wearing his dress. Oscar enjoyed wearing his dress.
He did. He looked great.
He did a very good job in that.
This video was a lot of fun and came together pretty quick with the ideas. We had a lot of leftover wood from the previous videos, and we're going to do behind the scenes of that one. So you guys will see how it came together.
What's the best music video out of the 4? Is it 4 we've done? 4?
Well, we've done 6 for the record.
Right, but the past 4. The two previous. Yeah, okay, fine. You could add the other 2 in.
Yeah, so out of Love You Wrong, Run with the Giants, Bystander, No Surrender, Vertigo, and Bad News, which video do you guys like the best?
The best video. Not the song, just the video. Here we go. Let's let this roll in. Bystander for sure. Vertigo, Bystander. That should be pre-orders. I don't be mistaken with this bonus track.
Oh, lots of Vertigos.
Vertigo, 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 Vertigo. Bystander, but it's a toss-up between the 2.
Well, I'll tell you, Bystander and Vertigo probably took both like the longest time.
I was hoping everybody would just say Bad News. Like I was hoping a ton of people would say Bad News, and I'd be like, see, we don't need to spend as much time making these videos.
Bad News.
Now
Bad
I
News
see a lot of Bystander and Vertigo, which are the 2 biggest, longest time-consuming videos. Thanks, guys. So I know which way we're supposed to keep leaning. Oh, man.
Everything is just so tragic. I'm just feeling the magic. Can you guys relate to that? Because that's how I was feeling. Everything's so tragic all the time. And I just want to have, like, I want to feel inspiration again, you know? And I think this year has definitely, like, dimmed some people's sparks. And I'm just telling you all out there not to let it dim your spark, that you guys deserve to be everything that you can be in this world. And I know that there's so many external forces pushing on us right now.
Thanks, Hannah.
So I'm just trying to give you guys a little light and love. And, you know, the song's about some shitty stuff, but it's about taking that, flipping it in a way to try to still rock out in amongst the chaos.
We should do a cover of that song.
What song?
Tragic Kingdom. Oh, they're talking about it in there. I guess I should add you into my conversation.
In your head?
I'm just like talking about that. I was like, you know, you're always trying to pick the single. You don't pick the single. You just pick the coolest song on the record. You should cover that song. All right, so I'll stop talking.
Got bad news, yeah. So Matt and I have to go over to the place where the Vertigo video and Bad News was filmed, and I have to take all the paper off the wall and get the massive Vertigo sculpture. Can you stop the record? Thanks, babe. We have to get the magical big Vertigo sculpture and move it. And Matt thinks he's going to put it in our backyard. That's what he thinks he's going to do with it.
I'm not thinking I'm going to. I'm going to accomplish this as part of my mission. Half of the reason I'm going to do it is just because I have nothing else to do half the time besides some work on our band here, being in lockdown. And I think it'll be a fun, interesting mission. It probably stands about 12 to 13 feet high. And it's about 8.5 to 10 feet wide or more. And we're going to put on a flatbed trailer that my neighbor has. I'm going to borrow his trailer. And then your brother says he's got a truck that has a winch on the front. And then we're going to winch this thing because it's built in a garage. The garage door will go high enough. And we're going to winch it up onto the trailer. And then hopefully we're going to navigate through some country roads and then put it right in our backyard. And I even asked the neighbors if they were comfortable with this. And the neighbors are just all so cool and supportive of the band that they said we were fine with doing it.
Yay, neighbors!
So we'll see. And it might be really cool. Like in a month from now or so, we'll be able to show you our backyard where, when it's in the summertime, we at least get to relax at the end of the night. And we might have this really cool power station-y thing.
Cam's there saying, winch, baby, winch.
Yeah. Thanks, Cam.
So the idea of that massive tree is literally all the computers and things Matt has I've collected through years of stuff. I mean, there's all the old Terranaut skulls are all embedded in that. We have the old record players that in Anti-Anthem, we put lights on the record players to make it look like the lights were spinning outside of the train car to make it feel like the train was moving. So we've used all these things in various other videos tons of times. I mean, this lamp is in Bad News, which is our pumpkin head that shows up in Brave. So you can see how we kind of repurpose things all the time. And I'm a little worried about this sculpture because there's so many things stuck in there that we won't be able to use for other videos if you keep it in the backyard.
But you wanted to throw it out. You said we're going to throw a lot of this out now. It's finally, we're done with a lot of this. And I was like, okay. And that's why I said, why don't we just put it there? If it gets rustic, but you still need something, we just go out and grab it.
You're right.
The only thing you have to watch out for is raccoons and squirrels that might make homes in this thing. But it might stop them from living in our attic. So.
True. And you guys, I would love to make a Cyco City movie, but holy crap, would that be a lot of work and a lot of time. And we might be out if we did a project like that, we wouldn't be able to make his music as fast. So,
we have there's ideas. There's ideas rolling.
There's ideas.
Scott and I had this I don't want to get too, there's some cool ideas for the next venture. I'm thinking.
But I've got, Anna has no idea how to sew the patches on. Well, it's really simple because in a way, patches are supposed to be punk rock. And I think that even if you stitch and it doesn't look clean, it can still be so cool on the back of something. And especially if you just think about, say, if it's like the patch has mostly like black or yellow, you just get the same color thread and you can just stitch in and out all the way around, or use a sewing machine and go fast. But it's really just whatever will secure it on. So just a simple in and out stitch is fine. I'm sure you could find a patch sewing tutorial on YouTube, Anna, if you wanted to. But
I'm terrible.
Cody, when will you receive your bundle in Belgium? Well, we sent everything out early this week for people that have pre-ordered. If you've ordered in the last day or so, we still have to pack up your orders tonight. But yeah, so we've sent everything out. And most of it, I did try to do as many upgrades as I could to try to get it as fast as possible to you guys. So we used a new shipping company that hopefully is going to mitigate the cost, because a lot of you didn't get tracked and fast shipping. So I try my best to upgrade it when I can, just for this specific pre-order, because I care about you guys and I want you to get your records. But if you have a specific question of when, you can email the store and we can look into your order specifically as to when it was sent out and what shipping it ended up using and all that stuff. But ideally, you will receive it sometime next week, if not the week after. That's my guess for most people. But if it takes longer than a month, that's when I would say email my store at store@sumocyco.com and we'll look into it.
What was the most complicated to record? What was the most song to complicate? I don't know. What was the most complicated song for you?
I don't know if complicated is a word that really comes to my mind when writing music, because music to us, I think, feels very natural and like easy in a way. It's like pleasurable.
I don't know.
No?
There's some complications on some choruses where Sky would think this and I would think that. There's some songs. I'd say Bad News and Cyclone, I couldn't agree. We had long...
Okay, so think about this. Matt wrote the Bad News instrumental around the time you wrote Undefeated, right?
Oh, did I?
Yeah. So you came out with like a bunch. That's how long ago that he wrote the instrumental. And it took until probably sometime during COVID, probably like the summer of last year, that I actually finally got a chorus and lyrics that were cool enough to appease this guy, because I'd written so many choruses. I think there was one that was like about a lion.
Yeah, I remember that lion one. That could still be you.
But I'm saying that we the lion line didn't make the cut, or he wasn't like into it.
I said that's still a great chorus. It just didn't fit where we were putting it.
And Cyclone, same thing. Matt had that instrumental for forever, and he's like, Sky, you got to write to this. And I was like, oh man, I can't come up with anything. I honestly can't find what this song should be about. I don't know what to write about. I don't know how I should do the chorus. I'm very confused. And he had to keep pushing me until he's like, Sky, like you should just sit down today and just write something to it. And then I finally kind of dove into it and came up with what it is.
Yeah.
So.
And that went from the song that at first, when we first started recording, I was so into the instrumental, and then what Sky came up with, I hated. But because she finally wrote something to it, I was like, man, I just got to record this and shape it with her because she's stoked about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did, and then it turned out to be my favorite song. And we used all her parts. I just kind of, helped shape it a little bit, but it's funny how I didn't like it at first, and then I love it now.
Yeah.
You started. What's funny is when it was finished, I was like, I love it now. And Sky's like, I don't like the verses anymore.
No, the chorus.
No, it was the verses. You didn't like the
right. I just felt like, am I singing in a musical? I don't know what to do.
And I loved it. I thought it was cool. I was like, this is great.
It kind of reminds you of like how Limp had that very theatrical bridge. Oh, how I'd like to take a knife and stick it in your leg. And I'm like, la 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 la.
We were listening to Danny Elfman like 2 days ago, was it? The Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack was what was playing while we were packing all our packages. It was 2 days of Nightmare Before Christmas.
This is Halloween. Everybody make a scene.
It was really good.
And they call him Sandy Claus. Danny Elfman has a new record out right now, an Epitaph that I want to listen to.
So I don't know. It's not out. I tried to look it up just before we start quoting, start endorsing this guy right now.
Is he really weird now?
This shit got weird, way weirder. Like, I used to love everything Danny's done. Like, and I don't want to become a hater. Like, that's not what I'm about. But if you are going to go check it out, you have to be prepared. I think there's only one song from what I've checked out. I can't find the new record. But the song, if it's the lead to the record, it's definitely strange. But like, it's the guy that did The Simpsons and Batman and Nightmare Before Christmas and Beetlejuice. So you kind of like go, oh, well, I got to check it out. I love this guy. So it is strange. It's hard to endorse, but I want to endorse it because I love every single thing he's ever done before this. This is just strange. I
want to thank Nicholas for the purchase of the vinyl that he just made. If you're out there, Nicholas, thank you very much for supporting.
You get a free wristband, Nicholas.
Oh, no, don't do that again.
Just one.
I'm going to have to keep tabs.
Will you do that? Oh. I just said it.
Here we go. You just did it again.
No, it's fine. Just one. Nicholas.
Yeah. So, should we do the next song?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. Next song on the record. Thanks for sticking with us. If you can make it through the whole record with us, that's great. If you can just stay for a little bit, that's cool too. But we're going to go through No Surrender next. And Matt's going to go for a break. He's going to go pee. I was going to jam out for a second. Reaction is getting traction. Waiting with baby breath for the word from its action. We
into action, like overreacting. Hold up, assess the situation. High threat of predation. Rather face the fear than
Yep.
down.
And Bystander.
Don't open your eyes. Don't wake the monster. I'm not the quiet kind. I live with no surrender.
Is it really loud? It's loud here.
I won't apologize. In my mind, there's no surrender.
Sorry about that. Just jumping over to the CD player. So No Surrender. I loved this instrumental. As soon as Matt sent it to me, I was like, wow, this is just so driving. And I wrote this song on a car ride back from up north. And I was up north by the lake and I was driving back home and I just looked down. I have this ring that says No Surrender on it. And I just looked down at my ring because I was feeling kind of depressed from lockdown. And I keep it on my ring finger a lot of the time because, I don't know, it kind of reminds me that I'm married to the music in a way. And I kind of looked down at it and I was like, no surrender. I'm like, I'm not going to let this negativity of this year dim my spark. I'm not going to surrender the fact that I want to keep writing music, follow my dreams. And that's kind of what I wrote it about, is not surrendering to the demons in your mind and getting through, you know? So, and you're bringing up the golden pteronaut. Has anyone found their golden pteronaut yet? There's only 4 out there, and I'm wondering if anyone's gonna get it and not realize what it means. You gotta let us know so you can get your prize pack back.
I kept 2 records for myself, and I opened them up, and I got 2 golden pteronauts.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
That's good. I love that.
Aw, thank you, Tori. It's very nice of you to say.
Hi, Tori.
I live with no surrender.
I agree with Maurice. Love the fan, blah, blah, blah. How much input Chosy and Oscar on the music? How much input is Chosy and Oscar on the music? Chosy and Oscar get to play with us and do whatever they want when they get into a live scene, but I don't really talk to anybody when I'm writing the music at first. I find when you have too many cooks in the kitchen, it gets a little, it takes too long. So like I usually write a lot of the stuff and then go and work with Chose. I'll have Chose in with me and literally be like, listen, this is what I'm thinking, and then work stuff out with him. And Oscar, same thing. Just he'll come to me like and be like, yo, this is what we should do off this riff that you created, and we'll do this. And especially in our live set, they have lots to say in the music. Where it comes to a live set, we work as a team and they come up with some brilliant ideas with us of just like how to make the live set turn into just fun. So they're a huge part of our production team. Big time, but when it comes to just beginning the songs, it's usually just myself at the beginning, even before Sly.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Matt has his like mad scientist lab over here, and honestly, when he's concocting like the riffs and the rhythms that he wants for a song, I feel like he has like a vision in his mind that he's trying to create, and so he needs to create all of it to kind of get it out. And then
I love when somebody throws me an idea after it's what I've got in my head out. But I can't stand. I really think it's time consuming and it slows me down when I have a full picture. I almost have the full picture there, and then I got to try and deal with other people telling me what they see already. And I'm like, no, just let me do my picture first, and then whatever doesn't work, we'll figure it out from there, and we'll start changing things.
Yeah. Totally. But yes, because also Matt and I are the founding members of Sumo Cyco. We've also always kind of had the way that we work.
We live together
as collaborators.
It's like pretty easy just to sit and write 24/7, you know, like whenever we can.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, and Matt also plays, I don't know if you guys know this, but Matt also plays drums as well and is very accomplished when it comes to like
Cheers, Daniel. Me too.
Even teaching myself and the other guys on how to be better at what we do. He's a very good, like, well-rounded, like, musical director, we call it, where he, you know, pushes all of us to be better, you know? So
I just forgot to do myself. Forget to push myself sometimes. I can push everybody else to get exactly what I need, and then I'm like, oh man, I forgot how to play guitar. That's like
Hey Bernice, if you want the No Surrender piano version to Spotify, which, you know, we didn't record very well, to be honest, but
yeah, we didn't record it
you
that
have
well.
to tell Napalm, because technically everything we record right now they own, and if they decided they wanted to release that, they'd have to like figure that out. But we will always just keep doing. I'm going to try to do more acoustic versions. I did a little tiny bit of Vertigo, but I didn't do like the full song, but that's on Instagram as well if you're curious.
We'll probably have a meeting with Napalm soon anyways and have a little chat and see how they feel like everything's going, just like us. And we'll bring up the acoustic stuff that we do it that way, and we like to spread ourselves in all the directions. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, yeah, go ahead and do it. And because I think I liked how we did No Surrender. I say we because I did have something to do with it. Nobody understands this, of course. They see the star doing all of it now, not even the acoustic guitar beside her. She's just like, I think now that you've got me this piano, I don't need anyone.
No, Matt
was like, okay,
Matt
cool,
took it step by step, because he obviously, it's a guitar riff that's in the song. It's not on piano. So he went through chord by chord with me and was like, okay, this chord, and then I would have to find the notes and like learn the song, and then he's like, next chord, and we just went through, and he literally had the patience to sit with me so I could like learn the song.
But you figured out good riffs with it. We figured out good riffs.
Yeah.
And it became a beautiful format. I could hear it a million miles away. I was like, this is going to sound incredible. And I think if we recorded it really well like that, it could be amazing. And we could do probably a bunch of them for the record. I think Vertigo is another one that could sound just great. I know you did some.
Yeah, I did a bit of Vertigo. Yeah. I just didn't learn the bridge because it was like this weird like rhythm, and I couldn't get it. I was like,
I just didn't learn the bridge.
And you have to play. It's like one of those like pat your tummy, rub your head kind of things. Where it's just like, so I was like, Matt, I'm just gonna stop at the bridge because I don't have enough time to like learn this thing.
I love it.
But
appreciate the honesty.
ZFG, if you got a pre-order, it should have been sent out by today. As far as the Sumo Cyco store, we've sent out most of the pre-orders unless you ordered today or yesterday. And so that should be in the mail now. And I would hope that it will arrive next week or the week after, hopefully. Fingers crossed. If there's any issues, if it takes longer than a month, our store policy is you can email us. If you order from Napalm, though, you have to email their customer service because they're the ones that are going to have the tracking.
Would you ever come back to Dublin, even if the terrible shit happened to you here? Oh, you're just Hannah. Of course we would. Are you kidding? We had lots of fun stuff in Dublin. It was like
we just know that we're not going to leave our passports in our car.
We're just going to be really more careful about
which was a mistake.
You know what? It was nobody's. No one should be blamed for it. The truth is if we had put one of those sun visor things up, they would in our camper. Nobody knows if you're in it then, and we made. And we always remember, and none of us remembered. All four of us just kind of went out. It was daytime.
Yeah,
so it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon or something. So nobody thought about it. It was our mistake. So yeah, we would definitely come back to Dublin. We love playing there. There's been a bunch of good shows. Same with when we went up to Belfast. There's some good stuff up there too.
No, we love coming to Dublin. Yeah. We've been there a bunch of times. Matt's gotten a bunch of tattoos in Dublin.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kevin there at Dublin Inc. So we love it there. It wouldn't let us stop us. I mean, there's crappy things that have happened to us on tour in a lot of places, but that doesn't mean we're not going to come back. So yeah, we'll be back. Michelle, it said your order could take up to 84 days. Yeah, I think that's a lot of disclaimers right now with post services because of the COVID lockdown. And especially if I'm not wrong, Michelle, are you somewhere in like Northern Europe or Scandinavia? If I'm not.
Like, do you remember?
I kind of remember. I think I remember her order, but I think it was somewhere up like that. So it probably is a further trip than some of the other places. Like if you're in the States or in Canada, it's going to probably get there quicker from where we mailed it out. So I think that's probably, the postage service knowing that it might take longer than usual, but
yes,
hopefully.
Norway, Scandinavia.
Yes. Okay.
Good for you, Scott. So, that's amazing. Yeah. This shows you just how in touch this girl is, packaging every order I had to go through orders 3 different times because Sky was like, we made mistakes here. We made mistakes there. And I was like, well, it's not like we cheated them. We have tons of stuff in there. We probably gave too much. So like if worst comes to worst, if somebody has a problem, we'll send another package out. But Sky's like, no, we go through this. So I was like, okay, here we go.
It was quite, I would say, when you have like hundreds of packages to pack and each package has its own combination of like 7 items that need to go into it. There's a lot of like somebody's running over here to get this and then something falls on the ground here and then you're like, okay, I got to pick this up. So then I forgot what was in my head of what I had to get and then you're
I forgot what was in my head of what I had to get.
I'm not trying to make excuses,
but
I'm just saying that it was like it's the biggest order we've ever had to fulfill out of our house. Okay, guys. It was like, I was like,
congratulations to you guys for helping.
Thank you so much. But
Seriously,
honestly, I was like, I should have a professional, like a bunch of people, but it's COVID. So it's like me, Matt, and Oscar sometimes, you know, coming in to help. And it's just like, holy crap, we had a lot to do. So all I'm trying to say is that if there are any mistakes, I'm really apologize. I went back if I noticed anything was wrong and I went back and repackaged stuff. So I really tried to avoid having mistakes happen. But if if we did put in the wrong size shirt or if something happened, like just email the store. We'll take care of you guys. We love you guys. We're not trying to gyp you. It was just a really busy couple weeks of packing. That's all, you know? So my elastic fell out. It popped on my hair. So should we go to the next song, my dear?
What song?
The next song in the record.
Right.
I think we're at where we just finished No Surrender. So are we at MIA? Yes, MIA. I'm just nodding my hair now instead of there.
What does everybody think of MIA? As MIA,
it's a different one on the record.
Is it too strange for everybody, or is people thinking that song's cool? Would it be scary if we went more in that direction? Because we've been going. I like a lot of the feel of it. I like the strangeness and stuff. But I like to know that everybody's enjoying it, or I'll pivot. That's 3 times I've said that. Pivot. Ready for the greatest album in 2021. Thanks. That's nice.
Does anyone have? I'm curious if anyone has their own meanings of songs that they're like, oh, this is what I think you're singing about, because I'm always curious if people have different interpretations than what I was actually thinking while I wrote it, you know?
Embrace the strange. I love it.
Yeah. Not strange enough, Bernie says. The song, you mean? Clarify.
Sorry, I'm reading stuff. Pivot.
Pivot!
That was funny when you guys posted that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. So this song is a lot more like No Doubt vibes.
It just sounds like early you, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally. It's like this is the type of song that I would have done if I was doing a solo record. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a little less.
I just got in there a little
metal.
bit. I got in there by the bridge.
Yeah. One Ball Wonder. If you're waiting for your pre-order to come through, you can always stream the song.
One Ball Wonder.
Nice name, man.
That was great. She didn't even get it. She's just like, oh, One Ball Wonder. Don't worry about blah, blah, blah. One Ball Wonder.
Do you remember? 'Cause I forget. Do you remember? 'Cause I forget. Think if you order from Napalm Europe, it's been shipped, whereas Napalm USA is waiting for a pallet from Germany. Oh, interesting. Well, maybe.
How do you know this stuff?
How do you know that? But I don't know that. But it doesn't surprise me because you guys have been ordering like crazy. So they're probably like, oh, we got to keep up with these orders.
Matt, you love the Police. What other reggae influences do you have? Oh, man. You know, I'm a big fan of reggae. I'm a big fan of dub. You know, King Tubby. I don't know, right down to Bob Marley. There's a lot of stuff I like. I don't actually consider Police like a reggae band, but they add awesome reggae in it. I've always just considered them a really unique rock band, and I've always thought that's kind of how I love it. So I have a lot of influences. It's just we have a big record collection, and we go through it, and I just love a lot of it. Right now I'm on a huge, like, her name's Maybell, and she's just like this awesome soul R&B girl, and I just love all the stuff that's going out of her right now. So
Yeah. We could listen to Spotify, but we are waiting for the vinyl experience in Guelph, Ontario.
ooh.
I like, you know, when people sit down and they actually like listen to a record, you know, just instead of just like doing other things, you know, that's something I think we rarely do as much. Okay, here is Cyclone, which I saw a lot of you guys shouting out. Should I turn it up a little louder?
Fave Police song. Bed's Too Big Without You. Best bass line ever. It's loud.
Recalibrate my mind.
Thank you, Daniel.
But I was just so naive. My mom said this is her favorite part.
Thanks, Paul. I appreciate that.
So Cyclone is track number 7 on the record, for those of you that haven't heard it.
And I wanted it to be number 1, but nobody agreed with me.
I'm glad it makes you jump around like crazy, Anna. That makes you feel good to think of visualize you guys rocking out, even though we can't be in the same room together. New records should indeed be consumed as mentioned. I still prefer albums to songs. Feels like you guys are comfortable enough to revisit the stuff that sounds like your solo years. The album kills because it's so all over the fucking map. Oh, thank you.
Wait till you see the next things we're going to do. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Thank you so much, though.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys like it because, like Matt said, this was one of the ones that we kept double thinking and like changing our minds about. So I'm glad you guys like it.
Yeah. To be honest, we have a bunch of other stuff that's halfway done, played around with, and I still think that we have some awesome gems that Sky doesn't even realize yet. Are you turning it down?
Yeah.
Why, did somebody tell you to?
No, just so we can.
I tried to tell you you're playing really loud and I'm yelling.
It's just about, you know, having a balance. You guys can still hear us, but still hear the tracks. You know, I'm trying to strike a balance here. So, Cyclone, this is my favorite part of the song, is the bridge.
Too bad you turned it down.
Is that you, right? You're just
Yeah.
like, oh, yes, I'm getting thrown right off my throne. I'm finding holes in my pockets and in the ozone.
I saw you with Ginger. You really impressed me. Glad to be a follower. Do not give up. Live strong. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Stay with us. We got lots coming. We appreciate it.
Okay, and just turn up for this part.
I vow to everybody that's been with us that you can't hear me anymore. That's what I vow. Have you already had ideas for when you're going to do the new songs live? Because I have one for Bystander. Like, you have an idea of what we should do while we're playing live with Bystander? And if so, and it's a good idea, you need to message me privately. Don't throw it up on here. I don't want people to know about it. It could be just yours and my little secret.
Steve and I literally set up Sumo Cyco's Discord today, so we'll be starting a server in the next couple weeks. I was just really busy, but we'll be starting a server because
I feel like we should be putting Steven in charge of something. He just feels like that guy where we're like, we can always depend on Steven to be on this. He should be this guy that does this. He collects this for us and then feeds us the information.
Collects the surveys.
He's just on top of everything. He's on top of everything.
Shout out to Steven there. I saw you messaging more fans on the video, or not unfans, people that are not fans.
I love watching Steven get bent. He doesn't get bent, but he just likes to watch the people that are bent about us, so he doesn't mind writing back, and I just think it's great.
We appreciate it. So the one thing that I was really stoked about is our album book, which I'm going to tell you guys, if you want a copy, we literally have like hardly any left. I think like 10
are you sure?
maximum.
Oh man, so you're saying
No,
this.
it's true.
This is how we screw up. You say something
true.
too early. I bet we've already sold out and you don't even know it.
No, well, I only put 5 on the store, and I could check right now and see if they've sold, but I think I have to do my final calculations because I do want to keep a couple for myself and my mom.
It's like our shirts too. Our shirts so Sky had a couple extra shirts left over, was it?
Yeah, for the gangs.
Yeah, we have a couple left over in sizes, not too many, and we're not going to reproduce anymore after that. So feel free if you want to get on there.
But if you did go on the store and you couldn't find your size, we added like 3 or 4 of each size.
That's what I mean.
Just yesterday because we had a couple that we kind of screwed up and didn't have enough for.
Yeah, we didn't want to fulfill.
But now we're done. Now we're not going to make any more. So if you want one of the gang shirts, get it. Get it. Get it now or forever hold your peace. Okay. I'm going to see how many books that we have left right now. How many? How many do we have? It says 2 on the website right now. 2, guys.
You have 2 left?
Well,
I was right. I said you barely have anything left.
Right. But I also kept like 1 box for us that technically I might bestow upon the store if I feel so inclined.
You mean if none of our friends want them?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to save 1 box because, it'd be nice to give them to the band members and to like my parents and my grandma and stuff like that. So I kept 1 box aside. But maybe like one day, if I have enough and I've given them out to everybody, I'll be like, hey,
are you planning
hey guys, there's a few more books on the store.
Are you planning on making more lollipop earrings?
Oh, interesting.
I didn't know we had lollipop earrings.
Well, I have a pair that are in the contest right now. If you find the golden pterodon.
You're making stuff under the table. This is how you make a little extra cash over
Well, you keep telling me I got to stop spending time on all these creative craft projects because they take too long.
Well, sometimes your craft projects take quite a bit and we don't get some of the music done.
So the book, just to sell the last 2 copies here, has all the gangs in them and all the lyrics with like pinup photos and all the photographies by Francesca Ludicar, and also has the CD in the back and is autographed by the band. Ooh, not there, but well, that one I didn't autograph yet because
why isn't Undefeated on this album? It's albumless. And
it's
the song
albumless.
is so awesome. Because we rolled up until recently without Napalm as, like this DIY kind of thing. We always just put out singles. We never even thought about records. It just kind of comes to it when we were working on, we're like, oh, we're going to make a record. We made songs for it. Undefeated it was literally just, we wrote a song that we thought was super catchy and we really thought it was strong and we really liked it. And we use songs like that to bridge connections with people when we're going on tour. So for us, it was a tour song where we were like, we want to get this song out, promote it, and then tour and use that to connect with people like a new song. So that's what we did. And we felt like it had been even just a little too, we already waited pretty long and to even get Love You Wrong and Run With Giants on the record. That was tight even because you got to think those songs are already out. They came out by us. And so Napalm had to be willing, which was amazing because they could have been like, no way. They had to be willing to put those songs on the record. Even though they've already been released. The video hits are already up on YouTube. They know they're not going to get music videos from those 2 songs out of us. So it was for me to push a 3rd song on the record that I felt like we'd already released without them. I felt like it was just not responsible or fair enough to do to them. So because
obviously Napalm's job is to make a product that they want to make the most appealing to buy because people haven't heard it before. So the more songs on there that people have heard, then there's like, oh, well, I've already heard everything, so I don't need to buy it. But,
yeah, I think that was one of my reasons. But don't forget, it's ours. We own that song. So as we get bigger, or not, the word bigger is terrible, but as we grow or as we scale, when we get space, where I feel like we have a couple months here or there, I keep telling Sky, I engineered a lot of this when I was at this level, and now I feel like I'm at here when I'm engineering stuff. So I feel like we can go back and kind of reinvent a couple songs and mixes and really kind of get them up to a level where they should be, and maybe reissue them a year or two from now.
Yeah.
A song like Sirens is a song that I always bring up, and a song like Renegade was an old punk rock song that we did, and a couple of old ones that I feel like we could really remix and really reinvent and get out. And so eventually we might revisit it, or maybe put it on another record just further down the road with a new mix. I do love the song.
Yeah, 100%. And it's if you guys aren't as educated with like how labels work and stuff, there's just a lot of things back in behind the scenes of like how things are typically done in the industry that Matt and I like to buck the trends. We like to do things that aren't really done a lot of the time, like planning things last minute. Like labels don't like that. They like, to plan things in advance so things can roll out properly. But
it makes sense what they're saying.
Yeah,
sometimes we shouldn't be bucking the system as much as we do. Like, we're not trying to say that they know what they're doing. We're just, we're in our own world sometimes, and we think that everybody can think the way we do. But yeah, let me just, just trying to find that nice happy medium. We're not dissing.
No, we're not dissing him. I'm just saying that, like, imagine you're running a company and a band just says, "Oh, well, we're releasing a song tomorrow." You're like, "Whoa, let me think."
Which is how we want to do it. That's how we always want to be.
Yeah.
We're like, "Oh, we're going to do this." And they're like, "Whoa." Like, we can, the reason we're even here is we're supposed to do press for you. We're supposed to do certain things. So
we need some lead up time here.
Yeah.
So we understand why. But as an independent band, it kind of sometimes we're used to doing things a little bit more last minute. Like same with the videos, how I literally was handing them into Napalm like a day or two before. Thanks, Gary, for getting that photo book.
Thanks, Gary.
So like a day or two before we'd hand in the music video, and they'd be like, well, now it's, it puts them on the spot to make sure everything's uploaded, everything's working properly within a day instead of having like a little bit of buffer of time around it. So I understand why, but I'd
kill for a vinyl of all the OG songs together. See, there's another example. Sky and I have talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have the time right now, and I think because we're really busy with Napalm, we don't have the, I think it's not necessarily the first priority, but we've enjoyed this making vinyl. We've enjoyed reaching out to everybody and seeing enough people like actually want to own them. And Fran Ludicar's art is just kick ass on the first two records. So I've already said to Sky, it'd be really great. Maybe 6 months from now.
Is that the other book gone?
Maybe 6 months from now, maybe a year from now, we'll start to look into
Cats.
Yes, Cat. Thank you.
The books are gone, guys. Thank you so much for helping us sell out.
That's a record you sold right there too. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. And like I said, if I do my calculation at the end and I have a couple extra that family and friends we didn't need to give it to you, I'll put a little blurb out online and tell you there's a few more.
What's really funny is at the end is that we always buy merch, and we buy, a certain amount, and we never keep most of it. And there'll be a shirt or a hoodie or something coming that I'm like, that's so awesome, I want that. And then it ends up, Sky's like, oh yeah, take it, no problem, here you go. And I'm like, oh cool, thanks. And I'll put it in my drawer, and I've got my own little stash of Sumo stuff, and it's never there. By the end of the sale, it's always gone. And
what do you mean by the end of the sale it's always gone?
We always use my stuff as well. We sell everything. Well, I've kept no shirts or hoodies. I have one hoodie that I really like, the hospital hoodie.
Darian missed out. He said that there was a book in his cart, but he missed out. Well, maybe like I said, Darian, just hit me up on email, and if I come up with another few available, I'll give you a little
Hi, Practice Cindy.
So sumocyco@gmail.com. Just send a little email and say if a book becomes available, I would like it.
When's the next album? I don't have an answer for that, but I'll tell you one thing. I definitely am a fast writer when it comes to writing, and when we get our heads going, like, I think we'll be able to smash out a bunch of tunes. I have a bunch of great ideas right now. So
Michelle, yeah, we'd love to come to Norway too. We've been there once with Butcher Babies, and it was a lot of fun. I think it was Norway that we went to.
Yeah.
And
that was
really
what a great tour.
North.
That tour took us to a bunch of cool cities.
Yeah, we went pretty north with that tour into Scandinavia, and it was
so
quite an adventure. And it does feel like you're adventuring into like a new land.
And we shared a tour bus with each other, and we never met each other. So it was like literally one day our agents got the whole thing all organized. Sky and I figured out figured out our flights. And literally, one day we're at our home in Canada. The next day we're in England getting on a bus to live with another band complete strangers for a month, and it was amazing. It was really good. We got along with them great, and
Bernice is like, if anyone gets one of the shirts that you had in your closet, that they should get a note saying, this was supposed to be Matt's, but I had to give it up because we didn't have enough larges, or, you know. I
kept the shark shirt. I loved the shark shirt and the tiger shirt that just came out. I love the tiger shirt, and I grabbed one of each, and I've hidden them.
I'm also taking your advice. I'm going to try to get some more different shirts printed, such as the Bad News edition. I also have a black metal shirt that I'm going to do with the Sumo Cyco logo. So stay tuned, guys. I'll put more on the store.
No, Cindy, no product. Sorry.
But we just literally wanted to get through the pre-orders first, because obviously that was a priority for us, is to make sure everyone got those before we just start putting even more merch and sales through the store. So,
which lipstick are you wearing? I'm not wearing any lipstick.
This is a MAC matte lip color. I don't know the exact color off the top of my head, but next time we take a break, I'll go grab it and let you know. But yeah, so the Versus series, we could continue. So if you guys want to put in your votes for what animal we talked about last time, there was some cool options. So maybe we'll do one of those in the future. And yeah, and we still got a bunch of stuff in the UK store that's very different and eclectic to what we saw in our store. So if you guys are interested in that, why don't we go to the next song?
Man, I'm just trying to play live. That's one thing I'm fucking missing like crazy. I just want to fucking play a live set. It's just driving me insane. Honestly, if I just sit here, I'm hanging out, having a good time. If I really be honest, I fucking miss playing live.
So you guys know this one. This is Run with the Giants. This is like one of Matt's favorite bangers, eh?
This is my favorite guitar riff on the record. Something about it. I don't know what it is.
See, he knows how to play it. I don't know.
I love it. I love that. La 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 la
la la la la la la la la la.
I have to pee.
It's like one of those nursery rhyme riffs.
Oh, man.
If you can sing it as a nursery rhyme, you know it's a hooky melody. And this, I actually also, if anyone is an A9 out there, I'm going to put some of the jerseys on sale from our video shoot. So as far as I know, the skirts from the Not So Sorority that the girls wore are up on our store now. And also we're going to be putting some of the jerseys. So we only have a very few jerseys that we got made for the video. I'm washing all of them. Don't worry. They're not dirty from the guys. And some of them were sizes that didn't fit anybody. So I had some extras. So yeah, so I'm going to put those up on the store too. And you could have a A9 jersey if you guys are interested. Yeah, thank you. We enjoyed the video because we were able to get a lot of friends to come and be involved. And it was something I had a vision for the rest of the record. But then obviously COVID hit and I couldn't have like a whole big group of people in the same spot for our rules that we had here. So I kind of readapted a lot of the ideas in the videos over COVID and kind of had to rethink everything. But I wish I could have these characters come back and like reoccur, and everyone was really good sports about it. Gotta run with the Giants. Can you turn down a little bit?
Turn it
down a little bit. Michelle, yeah, unfortunately, because all the girls, I just have the skirts that were left over from what the girls wore. So I didn't like order like a bunch of them. I only ordered like just a few for the costumes for the video. So it's not like I unfortunately have like a big selection of sizes the way I normally do. Normally we try to get all the different sizes across the board, but because they're actual costumes, they're not as big of a selection, unfortunately. But maybe if I could find a supplier that'll do some more sizes. I just bought those at like a local store, so I don't really know if I could get a bulk order. We'll see.
How do we get Anicetti in here? Because he wanted to say hi.
Okay, did he set up a
says
Zoom?
He has a Zoom. Let me know what I gotta do. See?
Oh, so he doesn't know.
That's what I mean.
He
it's
just
like,
has to
I gotta
go and
walk you through this.
Yeah.
Oscar, you're killing me.
Oscar, are you there? You just have to go to Zoom and get a link so that we can put you on our phone.
Oscar, are you
I can't do it while I'm on live, dude. You got to do it for me. Just Google that. Google it. Okay. Oh, thank you guys. Appreciate that. Yeah. Unfortunately,
I know I'm bad with tech, but the other two dudes are the worst. Like, Trozy knows video games, but besides from that.
well, I'm not even that good at it, but I usually am the one that has to start figuring stuff out, you know?
I figured out how to use that we were supposed to use Restream. I found all that out for us.
Yeah, you found out, but then we didn't set up.
Use it.
Yeah, how to really use it properly. I think unfortunately the OBS system wasn't working too well.
What about this song? What about this song, Overdrive? What's everybody thinking about Overdrive right now?
Has everyone listened to it yet?
Do we all know that one? That's the other Kane Churko work that he wrote with us, and I was curious what everybody thinks of that song. Or possibly nobody listened to it.
Everything's lagged a little bit, so you have to know. See, there they come in.
Oh, okay. Here
Yeah.
It's your favorite. Oh, okay. Yeah, super good too. This is the best song, Jenny? Okay. So all the girls are really liking Overdrive. I feel like it's a lot of girls saying Overdrive. That's good.
The dance hall? Oh, Adam likes it. I go hard. Yeah, it was a lot
I
of
love
fun.
it. We wrote it. I mean, I like it.
It definitely, though, like I feel Overdrive and Vertigo to me, and I don't know if the fans can feel it, but I can feel Kane's presence as like a refinement of what we do, you know? And doesn't feel as chaotic to me as some of the other songs, but I think that that's a good balance so that the record has some of stuff that's a little bit, you know, this is like just like down the middle rock, man. Like this is just good rock, you know. But the dance hall thing, I guess, makes it more us, right? Crafty Cindy, even if you didn't get your CD, if you want to stream the album, it also helps us for algorithms. So don't feel like you can't listen to it just because the CD doesn't come in the mail. But I don't know if you're subscribed, but you can still listen to the free versions of it on Spotify and other online streaming services. Yeah, it's very slick. You're right, El Chavo. It is. Same with Overdrive. It has that slick kind of.
Yeah, there's a slickness.
Yeah.
That's the good word. Slicker. We technically were going to do the whole record. I thought, especially think about this. Although we wrote these songs, a lot of the songs after, you know, we kept talking about like, oh, I wish we could send it over to Kane and just get it. Because like, you know, the production, the slickness, there'd still be interesting to see, you know, oh, here's how we wrote Bystander. Here's how we did No Surrender. This is it. This is what we want. Now, can you just like do your little thing to it as well? And that'd be cool. But it became pretty hard when you're doing COVID to just be like, we're going to go back and forth over and over again online with the record. I tried that once on the second record. I felt like it doesn't feel as good going back and forth online as when you're sitting in a room with somebody and creating. It just, for myself at least, doesn't work as well.
Oh, remember yesterday, whereas like I was like, hey everyone, I'm gonna go over and comment on bad news. We're just gonna start the comment train. To me, Matt was like, the comments just jumped like, you know, like 50 to 100 comments on the video, which is really awesome for the algorithms. So I was thinking about how awesome you guys are to help with those types of things. Like you help with the voting when we're on radio stations, you help with these things. So I'm going to try to be more active too in the group, the Facebook group, but I also wanted to start that Discord so we can really start like a street team type of tasks, you know, everything from just like commenting on a video or, you know, like voting for something that's on a poll, because you guys have honestly, when I see how you guys are showing up for us and showing everybody like how awesome our album has even charted, I'm like, that is the fans just like actually doing the things that I tell them to do, like pre-order the record, which is amazing. So thank you guys so much for doing all that. And I see you guys talking about it all the time on the boards, and it just means so much to me that you guys realize that those things really do help our band get out there.
Look at this genius work that Sky did for the video.
So I'll tell you guys a little story.
So I saw emails asking, "Who's this?"
I know.
You guys couldn't tell who that was?
Do you recognize him from another video? Maybe from a video like Love You Wrong, possibly. Yeah, so that's another little Easter egg we had in the back of Bad News.
Except he looks smaller than the daughter.
Well, dude, they're supposed to be kids.
Oh, right, of course. Never mind. It's a time thing. I keep forgetting what the time
Yeah, you got to
part.
realize that time is always a factor, right? So the little purple girl I play ends up being the adult in No Surrender, and Tragic here becomes the adult in Love You Wrong, and Glory.
Somebody says they want to print. Who said they wanted to print it?
This was
Movie makers want to print of this. Should we just make a print of this without Sky even or the band at all? You just
oh
want to
my
print of this?
god, it's so ridiculous. I wanted it to look like a kid's drawing, guys. I wasn't trying to do some Picasso, or it kind of looks like a Picasso in a way, but I wasn't trying to do some Rembrandt or something, you know? So to me, this was like, you know, a quick kind of like Easter egg of like the other member that's not shown.
I wanted
the
to give it
family.
away, but now I don't. I feel like it needs to go part of the museum.
Well, I actually...
Your dad made a joke that eventually, because of the fact that we're trying to bring the power station wall unit from Vertigo here, that our place, because it's in a church and
Will
we
be a
keep collecting,
museum.
well, eventually we're just gonna have this Sumo Cyco museum where people can come and visit and walk through our museum of all our crap.
Yeah.
And I love that idea. I think that would be so much fun.
Yeah. So
It's like the House on the Rock idea that we liked.
yes.
Sorry.
Well, we can't do quite that elaborate, but
Eventually we could.
I don't know. So, but this I actually tried to give it away because yesterday when we were doing the live stream, was it yesterday or the day before?
2 days
Day
ago.
before. I said I was going to give it to somebody that is in the comments, but I realized that when you go through the comments and you click on the names, there's no way to like contact someone or message them. Like I had no way of I saw your names come through in the live stream, obviously, but I was like, I don't know how to contact
Look,
you guys.
Steven's making a timeline because of you. He's doing an MCU thing where he's creating
What's
a timeline.
MCU?
No, Marvel. How they have the timeline with all
right,
the stuff.
right,
He's
right,
creating
yeah.
through your videos, your timeline. He's putting it together for you.
Right. Well, if you notice, Bystander and Bad News technically happen at the same time because the same world events, the explosion, the spiders, the fire, all those things are happening simultaneously. And I know I don't really look like a little kid in Bystander, but it's meant to be like a teenage version of me. That's why all the tech is like stuck in like 90s, early 2000s. It's because it's supposed to, I'm still looking, you know, I can't obviously unage myself, but the idea is to be like a teenage version of myself.
I really
in the
liked
video.
your character in this Bad News, Sky's little kid character in front of the TV.
Mhm.
What's really fun is when we make, we haven't had time, but we'll sit down in the next week and I'll piece together the behind the scenes because a lot of stuff, Sky just likes to ad lib. She forgets that she's shooting a music video, that we don't need half the footage that she's shooting, but she just kind of just keeps wanting rolling because she's always trying to find the best of, which I get. But I keep trying to tell her, like, you know, 10 minutes. The music video is only like 3 minutes. We got enough footage. But anyway, there's lots of funny stuff, and Sky gets so into her character, and so did Oscar, and so did Trozy. They fell into it too. And between the three of them, they just became really funny with all their characters. And I think it'll be really funny when I cut that together, when we have to, so you guys can see just, you know, how zany it can be with us.
Yeah. And Alcho was wondering if the Bad News was filmed in the same place as Mercy, which it wasn't, but it is the same idea. A lot of our videos are, I find, like this box.
These funnel.
These box of like, I'm just going to decorate this box. And the one in the first one in Mercy actually was a basement of my grandparents' old house, and all the walls are actually made out of styrofoam. So the room doesn't actually look like that. It's all made out of painted styrofoam. And then for this one, we actually found a room that we could plaster with.
Wait, we should go back. This was a cool idea what you just said. So the very first video, Mercy, was, yes, the walls were all made of styrofoam, and the roof was that like kind of cheap, you know, particle boards, fake ceilings that you kind of hang, drop ceilings that you can flip, like pull out. And like, so Sky, this is the first time we'd ever made a music video at Sumo Cyco. Sky had been into making music videos before, but this was her just going up with her ideas. But she spent like 2 days, if you look carefully on the video, she duct taped
the floor.
The floor.
To make it look like the striped pattern.
Yeah, to make it look like the striped pattern. And then the walls, because they were on styrofoam, we painted both sides so we could just flip the walls. And same with the ceiling. We did the painted
because
all the
one scene was
times,
purple.
So one was purple.
One scene was black and
I thought
yellow.
back then that was a perfect example of like right from the start where we came up with these like cheap ideas of how to make like a
2 sets in one day.
Yeah, in one day. So it's like as soon as we finished filming one room, we were like, okay, now we got to film this, and we literally spent an hour flipping the walls, flipping the ceiling, and sky duct taking or whatever we did for the floor. I can't remember how we made the floor work.
The floor was purple. Remember, we had purple paper. I think we taped the paper down.
And white down, right?
Yeah, and white duct tape down.
Very simple stuff, and it came together. It's a cheesy, weird, zany room, and
yeah. So I explained in one of my interviews how basically each of the 4 gangs are interacting in these videos in ways that, if you pick up, they have relationships with each other even though they're in separate gangs. And I feel like that's kind of like a reflection of our life. You know, even though different groups have different complete opinions and things, there's always these intersections where a family has someone who believes one thing or another family that doesn't believe another, or different groups in schools or cliques or political opinions that mix with people's work and class and all these different issues of different groups of people, and what makes someone part of those groups and what makes us have to try to understand each other. And that's kind of what I was kind of going for with these gangs, because everything that I do in Cyco City is kind of like a weird distorted reflection of reality in the way that I do it. So in Bystander, my character is in the Malice and Company room in the house, right? It's all with the gold, but you can see her trying to be pink. She's trying to like find her identity. So all her pieces of the puzzle are pink mixed with the gold of her family, and she's discovering her own identity, and then eventually like jumping out the window because she just doesn't want to be a part of it. So that's kind of like where that starts. And then Bad News is basically another interpretation of another young girl, the purple Terranaut, kind of seeing the world, even though she wants to have fun all the time and watch, you know, the band. All this bad news is happening all around her. And then the dad kills the little version of me, which, you know, for a little kid could be a traumatic experience. So I think that's where there may be a plot for potential development on why she turns into the woman she does, which is pretty scary and no surrender. So here we go. This is Power and Control. This is track number 10. Power and control. The power and control. And if you guys want to listen to some of the interviews, I've been posting them on our Instagram.
Oh, we still have lots of stuff we're gonna keep posting. It's like we can't even keep up. This is the difference. Like when we put ourselves out, this is when working with somebody like Napalm, they have a little bit of a wider reach, so there's a lot of press coming in, and it makes it hard for us to keep up and just keep putting it out and out and out. So we'll still have more stuff coming out that you guys can read. Interesting stuff with awesome interviews. Sky loves to talk. Not me.
So start again. Well, this is very
Malice and Co.
Yeah, this is very inspired by Power feeling like you gotta have your voice heard as part of our world system, and feeling frustrated with the class system and feeling frustrated with, the authority and powers that be, Hi, Caitlin. How are you and Noah doing? Are you next door right now? That's our neighbor right there. But yeah, and I feel like this song has a really good build, and Matt kind of went all out at the ending, adding like the horns and everything. All about not giving up, You can take your rise up, start again. If you guys have any misheard lyrics ever, please post them. I love hearing your misheard lyrics, even if it's on Instagram later.
Will you ever have the shark one back in stock? Yes. I've told Sky, I feel like there's enough orders that we should probably make another shark shirt.
Yes.
So I'll probably in a little bit we'll get on that. There's 2 or 3 things that we actually need to reorder. I think we're almost out of Lost in Cyco City. Been saying
and we need to order more of the volume 2.
Volume 2, we're almost out of. If anybody ordered volume 2 in the past week, We'll send you
while.
We'll send you an email.
It's been a while.
We'll send you an email. Or you send us an email. I don't know. So there's some stuff we gotta order still. What do we got? Oh my god, never would you think it would go live. Damn right,
Oh.
this live.
Steven thought Void is a man, so Lloyd is a man.
Oh, Lloyd. Good old Lloyd.
Lloyd is a man too. I mean, it's not like he's not just because I said Void is. But I was trying to personify the abyss.
Michelle says that our behind the scenes videos are too short. I'm pretty sure they're like 9 to 10 minutes long. Like, to me, that's like, how does anybody even want to sit through that? Like, it's in this day and age, I'm surprised we can get. Oh, do you want me to stop, or are you just gonna play it?
Why not? This is the last song on the official digital version of the record. This dance is doomed, yo.
Which I think we should be doing a music video for. What? Okay, here's a question while we're all here. If you listen to the record, music videos, in case I want to pivot, what do you guys think we should be doing next? Should we be doing Dance is Doomed, Overdrive, Power and Control, MIA? What are you guys thinking?
Cyclone?
I didn't even think that, Sky. I never thought I could we possibly even put that in the mix?
I don't know. Why not?
Woo! MIA, Dance is Doomed, Overdrive, Dance is Doomed, Overdrive, Dance is Doomed, Overdrive, MIA, Cyclone, MIA, Dance is Doomed. I have to go back here. Overdrive. This one giving me chills. Cyclone, Overdrive, Cyclone, Dance is Doomed. This is pretty even. It feels there's a lot of evenness here.
I think they just want videos for everything, Matt. I don't think they're
yeah, it's all the same
one.
people just doing it over and again, right? I'm like,
I like it. Matt added this part last minute where he like broke it down. Just looking in the open.
I'm torn between Dance is Doomed, Dance is the strongest remaining tracks, but Overdrive feels like a nice FP to the elitists. True metal heads over the
I love all your opinions, guys. Keep them
Which
coming.
one will make the true elitists over at Napalm bitch the most?
It's like,
man, I think we've done a good job already. I don't know how much more we should be pushing our luck. I couldn't even believe that we even charted, to be honest. With some of the stuff that's going on, I was like, man, I don't know if we'll even be on the charts.
That's why it's so awesome that you guys pulled through, honestly, to prove that our brand of music can still do well, even against all of the amazing other metal, like true metal bands. Like, we're the off kind of like underdogs. That's why I call us the underdogs, because the true metal elitists don't get it, but we're still like, hey, we're here. Prove them wrong, right? That's how you do it. So you guys have honestly like kicked ass just in the fact that you even bought the record is proving.
I love the
so
smell
much.
of metal elitist tears in the morning.
You guys.
Oh man. You got any more covers planned? BYOB and Give It Away, We're Sick. You should be Radar Love by Golden Earrings. Radar Love. I know that. That's a cool song. I don't think about that one. I've secretly, but
Oscar?
But no, my friend Brandon.
Oh.
But unapologetically,
Oscar, did you figure out the Zoom link yet? You have to email it to us.
For some reason, keep going back over and over again to the Spice Girls "Spice Up My Life" song.
Yes.
And I know everybody will kill us for wanting to cover that song, I think. But, like, there's something about that song that fits to me. Like, I feel like that's what we are, heavy. Like, there's this vibe behind that song.
If we do that song, I want to make a shirt that says Psycho Spice.
And I haven't sat in the studio yet, but I've listened to it 3 or 4 times, just going, man, there's something about this song that I feel like we could do. But you know why I haven't jumped on it? It's because they actually use the word spice in it. And it feels because it's Spice Girls and they use spice. It's too much Spice Girls because they use it.
Spice is everything, the spice of life.
But there's something about that song that makes me want to do it really, really
heavy.
Yeah.
I think that'd be sick. This excerpt is actually from a show that we played in New Zealand.
Yeah, in Dunedin. This is a crowd from Dunedin. It's about 8 or 9.
Yeah, that shows up at the end of the record. So shout out to any NZ fans out there. This shows up at the end of the record.
If you were in Dunedin and you saw us play that, you guys were cheering for us. That was but it wasn't our crowd. It was Devilskins. I'm not going to lie. They are doing really well over there.
But last minute, I was like, hey, Matt, like, you know how the end of like Opus Mar is like that epic kind of like train sound. I was like, we need something at the end that shows
look, Cyco my life instead of Spice Up my life.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh my God.
But we need we needed something at the end, and I was like, we need to prove that even though the song is doomed, that the reason why we kind of want to leave on a positive note is like, yes, everyone's gonna die. This dance is doomed. The world is doomed, but we're going to dance our asses off until that happens. And that's why we wanted to have that live vibe at the end. And I thought we got to leave it on a positive note, on a party note, that we are partying like until it's the end of the world kind of thing. Like that's the vibe I want to give off, because I always like leaving a record on like a positive note. So, and if you guys did buy a physical copy, you will get the extra bonus track, Awakened.
1999. Dun, 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 1999. Yeah.
How cold is that beer? He just got a new one, so he's feeling
doing
pretty good.
Yeah, I've got a nice buzz on.
I'm feeling like I'm neglecting because I don't have my koozie on my.
Sky's more of a professional than myself. I have been packing and packing and then driving and then dropping off and then.
What are you talking about? You have to say what question it is.
No, I'm just talking about what I've been doing in general for the past 4 or 5 days. I've just been packing. So I pack a package. Sky's like, this is the order. Pack the package. Blah, 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 blah. Run out of material. Go buy some material. Drop off some packages at this place. Go to another shirt place. Pick up the shirts there. Come here. Back up some material. Go drop them off. It's kind of been my days like this for about a week or so, which I'm totally down with. I felt like I was in like a game show where it's like, oh, you got to get this accomplished, you know?
Yeah. I sent him on some missions.
I feel like drinking some beers every time you have these kind of Zooms or whatever you want to call this chatty thing. I think, why not? This is it. I'm hanging out.
I feel bad for Oscar.
Could you imagine if we did this without having
a
drink?
Zoom,
I'd just be like so bored.
Did he write back to you at all?
If all I think to myself is how deep do I get into it with Oscar in front of everybody on my phone? Like, dude, learn the fucking shit, man.
Oh my gosh, this person keeps emailing me the weirdest things.
Oh yeah.
That they want a lock of my hair. Guys, don't email me that.
Yeah, and same with the other person that keeps asking us to come to Italy. They want to fly us to Italy to just hang out with us. Like, it's just too strange. Like, you don't tell us anything else detail-wise.
About you or your life.
Yeah, you just keep saying, I want to fly you to come and visit. And I'm like, well, unless you can actually make that happen, stop emailing me about it. Or calling me. They actually have my number, so they call me. I'm like, this person keeps calling me from Italy asking me to fly to visit you.
I keep trying to explain, like, I'm not going, and I'm like, at some point, I just got to not answer the emails. I got to be like, I'm sorry.
It's because we're close to everybody. I want to be close to people,
really close to
fine.
People,
but I mean, if you're going to be weird, don't expect me to fucking respond to it. It's just not happening. No fucking way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, please come and visit me. How much is it to fly you? I don't know. 10 grand. Give me 10 grand. I'll fly to visit you for an hour in Italy. And then no response. But then a phone call like at 4 a.m. asking me to fly to Italy to meet you. That's not happening.
Yeah. Can you host me and my family at your house? I'm like, no, I can't host you.
Can we have a lock of Matt's hair? I don't have enough. I got to watch my hair, man.
Yeah. So it's always a fine line, guys. It is getting psycho sometimes.
This is fucking strange. Yeah, it is strange when it happens.
Yeah. And you guys would be surprised at
sometimes. Haven't you seen our YouTubes and our Instagrams? We have lots of people that care about us and lots of people that want to kill us practically. Like, that's just what we are, man. We've really pushed some buttons in the past little while, and that's the way it goes. So don't believe any kind of weird rumors that are happening or people freaking out about us. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you never know what you're going to get when you open your inbox. Watch out for those dick pics, man. Watch out.
Yeah, some of them are actually pretty nice, though.
What? No.
Just saying,
don't send those.
You can give respect where respect is due.
Please,
come on. Somebody sends a good one, you're like, whoa, look at that thing.
Send them to Matt. Apparently he enjoys them more than I do.
Don't start sending me. Just because Sky said that. I don't need that happening. It'll just get annoying. At first, I'll be like, oh, that's all right. That's a nice dick. And then I'll be like, okay, guys, there's been too many dicks sent to me.
Anyway, that is the bulk of the album, guys. Thank you guys so much for purchasing. I am floored by the response. I want to encourage you, if you can, to keep reviewing the album on places like iTunes, to add it to your playlist on Spotify. If I can do my 2 minutes of promo here to just make sure on release day I'm letting you guys know what we need. But
what was the weirdest request email you ever got? I don't know email, but I know that we opened up for a band called Alien Ant Farm in England, and we finished our set and it was swamped. It was a sold out show and we had a huge lineup for merch, and some guy comes up to Sky and says, how much for your socks? I want your socks. And Sky just looks at me and goes, dude wants my socks that I'm wearing right now. Like, what do? I was like, I charge like 50 or 60 pounds. And Sky's like, okay. She goes over and goes, I don't know, give me like 50 pounds. He goes, done. So she pulls off her stinky ass, sweaty, shitty socks and gives it to this guy.
I don't need them anymore. You can have them. I'd rather have a nice dinner out. Thank you very much.
So stoked. So that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
That was a weird one.
One person's trash is another person's treasure.
I remember when you asked me, you're like, what do I do? This guy wants my socks. I was like, give him the socks. Just charge him a lot if he wants your dirty socks. It's gross, but hey, whatever. They put gas in our tank.
Yeah. You'd be surprised when you're on tour, things that you normally wouldn't do, you just are like, gotta do this. I'm taking one for the team tonight. I'm buying dinner, everyone. I'm buying dinner.
Make that money.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
That was funny.
Yeah, that is a weird request. And yeah. We do have some people that go off on a tangent. Cheers, like Paul. A bandit. But
been with us ever since, brother.
Yeah. But we appreciate you guys not doing some of those weird requests, actually. You know? I was thinking of like
not doing those requests. Actually.
I was thinking about like I was thinking about topics to do online of like different videos, and I was gonna like do one of like all the stupid, ridiculous things I get asked.
Yeah,
like,
it'd be funny if somebody just brought up and said, "It was me. I've got your socks. I like them. They're hanging on my wall."
But yeah, like, oh my gosh, the requests sometimes I'm just like, really? Okay. But sometimes I'm like, no, I gotta shut you down. Like the one time, because I was pretty drunk, this guy really wanted me to punch him in the face. Like he really wanted.
See, it just gets too fucking weird. You're like, asking for a lawsuit. I said to you, don't touch this guy.
You in the face, and
he wanted you to drive him in the face. He's like, just knock me out. Fucking weirdos.
It's just weird.
There's
like
some weird shit going
I
on,
probably
man.
wouldn't even entertained it if I hadn't had a few drinks, but I was like, you want me to hit you in the face. Like I just
Matt,
kind of
I'll
like
gush about your riffs, but I'll never ask for your socks. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. You don't want his socks, honestly. No. Come on. None of the boys' socks you want.
Punch me.
My
just
socks
punch
you don't
me.
want.
Just punch me.
You don't want them. Yeah. It's all good. I understand people have feet fetishes. That's a thing. I'm not trying to judge people that have that. I'm just saying.
Or being smacked around.
Yeah. People obviously want that as well. But I don't need to be part of those fantasies. You can have those on your own. I respect it. But, you know, I don't need to be part of it. So.
This is always ridiculous.
I know. We always
Every time
get
we come online. We are nothing like. I bet there's so many bands that just come online and they do this and they just talk about their shit and they're serious. But us, it's just always off the rails with us. I apologize. A lot of it's my fault. I try to steer Sky the wrong way, I think. But I love that you're this way. I just love that you can be that honest with me. I'm glad that you don't get upset that I told everybody about your stinky sock story.
I gave away my socks for
a bunch of money.
Yeah. No, Bernice, I know you're asking about how we got the band name. I feel like we've answered that question so many times in interviews. So like I said, I was going to go through because there's probably so many things you guys could learn if you checked us on the podcast. Like if you go on Apple Music and just search for my name, like Sky Sweetnam or Sumo Cyco there's like tons of podcasts I've been a part of lately. I've been on one with the singer from Silverstein, who has one called Lead Singer Syndrome.
Yeah, that's very cool.
I've been on a bunch of different ones. Matt Stocks, Mike Krusty's. I'm not miserable. What's called miserable something, Mike? If you're still there, I know you were.
You never
here.
start referencing something if you can't finish it.
I've been on a lot of podcasts lately. There was the Scandalous podcast. There's so many guys I've been on. So if you want to know like more weird stories like that, they have some pretty good questions that you can check out. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Your smiles and story makes my evening. Thank you very much. Thank you guys. I'm hoping that we are having some fun this evening.
It is fun to hang out with you guys. I feel like there's Jaden's here. Our neighbor Jaden is here. Hi, Jaden.
Jay takes care of our dog for us.
Yeah, whenever we go on tour, we drop them off.
Same with Kay. Kay does too. And their parents.
Yeah.
They take care of everything for us, technically, while we're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, they call themselves, Walmart? Because every time that we need something that we can't go buy in the store, we're like, was Walmart across the street have it?
Kelly, our neighbor, has everything. She's a craft person. She's just on her game. She has everything. If you don't have it, you can get at least there. Because we're in lockdown. We can't get it anywhere else. So I can at least ask Kel.
Yeah. I'll leave it on your doorstep. See ya.
She's genius.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I just want to say to all of you guys that have supported, that have bought this record again, like, honestly, you don't know how the rock industry right now, it's only like a few hundred sales that can make the difference between these chart positions. So you guys having like our backs and, you know, making those purchases, like, honestly makes such a difference. And I am going to try also, there's some download codes that the label has sent me that I know some of you have already received downloads from Single Music or potentially haven't received a download code, but there may be some download codes coming in your inbox soon. And even if you already have the CD, if you download that, though it's no cost to you, it will help us with our sales. So we really do appreciate that.
Look at this New Zealand band I'm directing their music videos for, are watching your videos as inspiration to get through the process.
Oh,
See,
interesting.
That's exactly it. Thank you, Run with Scissors. That's
cool. So are you guys watching the behind the scenes or just the music videos? Because the behind the scenes will probably give you even a little more insight into how those happen, how we make it work independently.
We met actually quite a few bands while we were in New Zealand. I'm not the best at remembering names sometimes, but almost all, because Devilskin were, they're well known over there. They did this cool tour and they let us be on it. They had great openers every night. Like every band they had were just awesome. So it was a really fun time over there.
Yeah.
We're dying to go back.
We're dying to go back.
We're like, everything is on our list of like, could you imagine if COVID wasn't on, how, especially with what we just did with the record, you guys helped accomplish, like we would be on a tour right now selling tickets across the country. It fucking sucks that this COVID thing is happening because it's like, it's one of these like double-ended swords of like, we didn't want to put the record out because we didn't want to miss out on the touring, but then we wanted everybody to have it. And so it's good to see everybody embracing it. It's good to see the love. But there is that side right now that's just like, man, the amount of people we can't reach right now because we're not touring, it's a scary thing. So thank you for all the support.
Mad Mike, we use Final Cut Pro and After Effects. And one of my favorite sites to go to find quick effects that work really efficiently with Final Cut Pro is a site called Pixel Film Studios. And they have some good deals on Thursdays. They have discount codes. So look out for that.
That's my girl. Oh, Thursdays. Yeah. That's when I get the stuff.
I'm glad, Michelle, you're appreciating the lives. Like I said, I'm going to start a Discord. I got some plans, guys. Even though the record cycle, is finally out and we got this record out, doesn't mean we're not going to be out there. We're still going to be making more videos. I'm thinking of some cool things we can do as a community together. If you guys just keep posting, pushing, sharing. This record cycle isn't over yet. We still need to let all the people know that we represent and that we're still here. We're the underdogs coming back to show that we can bring some more heavy music to the mainstream. And I think you guys have done a sick job so far. Honestly, stellar job. And we got to just keep it up.
Yes.
Just got to keep it up.
That's my great answer at the end. I was like, yes.
And I appreciate even those people saying they bought vinyls without a vinyl player.
No way.
Come on.
Awesome. Actually, I felt really bad. There was a friend of mine just did that too. And he was bummed that we signed the back of the cover.
Cover instead of the front
cover?
Front
because we love the front. We didn't want to actually
ruin
touch our art because Fran did
art.
Such a cool idea and this like glitchy stuff that Sky and her were developing.
We debated about it a lot. Like, where do we sign it?
What? I want to hang this on the wall. And I just never thought, this people would be hanging on the wall. I thought you just listened to it.
Well, you could hang them back on the wall.
That's what he's going to do. He liked it too, he said. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oscar never made it. I was upset. I told him, unfortunately, since he doesn't have a FaceTime, he could message us a link while we're on here, and then we could be like, hey, Oscar, and talk to him like this. But I don't think he figured out how to make a Zoom link. So I'll educate him in the next little bit and figure it out. But if Oscar, you're watching, love you, buddy. Should have figured out how to make a Zoom link. We could have had you here. I mean, I could try to do it, but it might take me a couple minutes of silence while everyone's watching me to make it happen. But next time, I said we'll be more organized. We'll try to figure out a way to like use the OBS and the integrate it with the Restream to get it all the platforms, and I'll do some more tech stuff and figure some stuff out for you guys. So, and we're gonna do Discord. I'm gonna make a server. I'm gonna introduce you guys to our Twitch channel, which I'm starting.
We've been like our management and even the label a little bit have been asking us if we could pull off a live song properly recently. And we really honestly, we stopped for a long time on that whole idea. We were just like, we'll just get really honed in on the music videos. But right now if anybody's kind of like wishing we could, it is a little hard. We are in complete lockdown still until May 20th. If it doesn't get extended, we are in like what's called the gray phase lockdown, which is
past red.
Yeah, which is everything is locked down besides some grocery stores. And so we're still stuck in that. So it's hard for us to just all get into a room or have a crew or anything like that. And we got our fingers crossed that people keep getting their vaccines and that we'll eventually figure it all out. I'll get on the phone with them tomorrow and try to smooth everything over and try to figure this out. But
Steven, Francesca called us today to congratulate us on the album release, and she's very busy right now. There's a lot going on in the Nonpoint camp, so I know she's really busy with that. But she still supports, and she still helped us with a lot of elements of this record. So
they're family. Nonpoint's family too. They have a new song out right now. Ruthless. You can check that out on Spotify. It came out yesterday, and it's it's typical Nonpoint, like just super rock track. They always pretty much nail it.
Also, you can check, and
like their numbers go like this, like right away they're already doing awesome.
They're
badass.
If you want to hear the song, it's on my Sever's Current Mood playlist on Spotify, where I put all the music that I'm listening to lately, and you can check it out. I've added new songs like every couple weeks, so there's some new ones there by Silverstein and Grandson and Nonpoint, and of course us. And and I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to keep trying to post some of these awesome podcasts and interviews that I've been doing, because I've been doing so many of them and I feel like you guys don't know about all of them. So I'm going to try to keep posting them on the Facebook group and eventually the Discord that I'm going to start real soon. So get excited about it, guys, because I'm not going anywhere, and neither is he. We're still stuck in lockdown. We're still going to be hanging out with you guys. So thank you for tuning in today. We're almost at that 2-hour mark, so I think it's time to say goodbye.
But we're not at the 2-hour mark. We said we were going to do 2 hours.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's coming to the end. So if
8 minutes is a long 8 minutes.
If anyone has any last-minute questions before we go, I'm just giving the heads up.
How about this? This is a crazy one. Does anybody get? They've got the deluxe version.
Well, it depends if it's arrived at their house.
I think I've seen some people with the 7-inch already.
Oh, with the 7-inch, yeah, with New Jive and We Are the Nation.
Want to hear one of those ones on here?
I'm sure they do.
If you didn't get the 7-inch, I could play one of the bonus tracks on here, and you can at least hear it.
But you don't have it on CD, so you'd have to put the vinyl on.
Yeah, I put the 7-inch on. Okay. Do you guys want to hear that? Is there anybody involved in this, or is it like?
Well, some people heard New Jive when they were on our VIPs.
Right, I forgot. See, they're saying yes. Play it.
Yeah.
Play it. Okay.
Go.
All right, I'll throw it off.
Sever vs. Spider Shirt Frankie is on the UK store exclusively right now. So if you go to sumocyco.com, click on the UK store, it is available there. So if you're in Canada or US, you'll have to get it sent from UK, which technically the UK fans have been doing that ever since we started, is getting things sent overseas. So least I could do is give them something that's over there.
Do you think we could do Nation?
Sure.
Is that scary?
Go for it.
This is like one of my favorite tracks.
Matt's really excited to show you this one.
I really love this track.
We are the nation. We are the nation.
We played it once or twice live. We tried. It didn't go so great.
It didn't go so great live.
It went all right, but we were just...
We were newbies. You know, when you start a song, you play it for the first couple times.
His nervous system overload, maybe neurons fire work. The secret to the recipe is watching by the.
I loved this track. I want to get this track going live all the time. I feel like that's a t-shirt.
Your mind is a weapon. It is. I gotta go pee.
Okay, so Sky went to the bathroom, so it's just me and you guys. Anybody want to say anything dirty or nasty about Sky? This is the moment. Go! More merch. All right, you don't want to be mean? That's fine. Oh, you like it, Jason. Thank you. This is one of my faves, man. Let's pivot. You guys are hilarious. I bet Sky smells like beans. She pivoted the other night for, yeah, okay. And you just want the socks. Hey, Anna. You want the old albums on vinyl? I think we're gonna do that. I think it can't be a priority, but like it'd be crazy. We could at least do a short run of vinyl for the old records. That'd be fun. I think a remix might be cool too. If I did a full remix of an old record, that'd be fun. Especially the first record, Lost in Psycho City. I mixed that. That was probably the second record I've ever mixed by myself, maybe, or the third record maybe in my whole life. Completely by myself, maybe. So
For who is asking about the lipstick color, this is called Model Off Duty, and it's a Powder Kiss Liquid Lip by MAC.
No, Matt's not been on a rant tonight. Nobody's pissed him off yet. It's true. I mean, you still have time. We're not going to stay online too much time, so feel free if somebody wants to try and piss me off.
We're not a law or a slave to their narration.
I will, Tori. I'll be here.
We are the nation. This song is all about bringing the power back to the people, saying that we as a collective, as people on this planet, have a voice to change the world. And we shouldn't always give up our power to those in places of power that people are what make the world go round. And we, as a collective, as a nation, whether that's the world's nation or as a country, you have, you can make the future whatever we want it to be. And to me, my future is bright and happy and inclusive and beautiful.
You're so wrong. Clutch doesn't suck. Fuck you.
You want to see him go off now?
They wanted to rant. I'll just stay like that.
Did you guys know that Matt loves reality TV shows? And he's like, every time we're working, he's like obsessed with having something on the background where people are like bitching at each other and like screaming. And I can't stand it. I think it like sounds like Jerry Springer in the other room.
It's like only. I like some of the drama, but it's only like with like cool like premises, like Challenge. You guys know Challenge on MTV. If you don't know Challenge, there's some really good drama, but awesome stuff. Like the stunts, it's just like Fear Factor, but like it's even better. Like you don't lie to yourself. You were watching it and you were like, man, that would be so cool to do. And I was like, yeah, it's because they have all these cool things they think of. You're so mean sometimes.
Why? You love Dance Moms.
Dance Moms is amazing. Those women are ready to kill each other. So good.
Oh, man. He loves RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, that's my favorite show probably
it's such
in
a good
existence.
Show. Honestly, I get so inspired when I watch it. I'm like, yes, I should use that idea in my costume or whatever, It's like
Scarlett Bobo started following us.
Yeah.
On Instagram, and we were like so blown away. Scarlett Bobo was on the Canadian version of RuPaul, and I just thought it was cool because I'm a big fan of her, or just in general, all of it. And Sky literally texted me and was like, guess who just started following us? And I was like, no way, like it's so cool. Like I love RuPaul. I think it's amazing.
Yeah. It's cool. And we haven't seen The Masked Singer Victoria. No, we haven't watched that one yet. But
the what?
The Masked Singer, where they have like a famous person, like famous people, like under the mask, and you can't see who they are.
You know what we started watching? What's the one naked one that Sky and I started watching from the UK, where they reveal the dick up? Sky wanted to watch that one.
I wanted to watch one episode too.
And it's just a screen showing your feet, then your knees,
they judge each other, just like on each other's like body is so shallow. It's horrible.
We watched 2 episodes, and no matter how funny it was, we just felt like this is just so wrong. Like, people just judging each other on this kind of stuff is just not right. But it was still funny. I kind of laughed, but I still took. There was this side of me ethically that didn't feel like I should watch that show. What was it called? Naked something?
Yeah, Naked Attraction. They're all
right. Yeah. I couldn't fall through. It just feels too shallow for me, even for me. And I'm pretty shallow.
No.
I'm just joking.
Okay, that is the 2-hour mark, my dears. We ended on Naked Attraction instead of where I wanted to end it.
We're talking about RuPaul. RuPaul's awesome.
Let's end on RuPaul, because RuPaul to me has some artistic merit here. And
no Naked Attraction. Although, you know what's close to Naked Attraction and it literally is almost as pathetic but watchable is Below Deck. That one is watchable. It's not Naked Attraction, but it might as well be. It's just as low life in some weird way. I love that one. That one's got lots of drama.
Frankie's wondering when your pinup calendar is coming, Maddie.
My pinup calendar. See how that went through my head? Like,
yeah.
When is it? I'm like, when is it coming? I'll get right on that.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us for our record release day. Means so much to us. Like I said, if you could do anything today, just share the music out there. Let's get more psychos on board this train. And thank you guys so much again for the consistent support, the years of support. I'm so happy that some of you are loving what you're hearing. It means so much to us. And we got to get to work now.
Bye, guys. We love you guys. Thank you for hanging. Maybe we'll do this again soon, probably very soon. I don't know. We'll come up with something. But honestly, you guys helped support all the way so far, and it'll be interesting what we can do for the next couple of months. And we got to make some more music videos. So we love you guys. Stay safe. It's not perfect yet, this whole COVID thing. So
yeah,
everybody just stay responsible.
Let's get through so we can play some live shows together. I'd love that, guys. Miss you. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day. Stream some
Top hats and chicken wings.
Oh my God, I didn't end the stream. I just brought up the dictionary.
Now we're just yelling.